Hey, Flo here. Out for a word hike. More like a word ride. Rode my bike. Not so much of a hike today, but still the name is fitting enough, close enough. So, I've gone on some pretty cool adventures recently, some of which I still need to process the footage that I took, so I'm kind of far behind. This is also going to be an offline reading because there's no cell signal here. In fact, it's so weak here that I might have problems with my getting a Bible reading list to see what to read next, but we'll see if I can at least pull that up. Should have thought to grab that before I went into the no signal zone, but I didn't really know what I was going to be up against until I got here. I don't think I've ever been here before. At least I came down a kind of hidden road that I don't remember noticing. It's kind of a hidden gem, I guess. Probably most everybody knows about it that comes in this area, but it's new to me. I just hadn't explored it yet. It's a pretty awesome spot, though. Behind me is a big log jam, and I have seen this before, and I think I was walking along the river coming from maybe that way, and I saw it, but I don't think I came to this spot, or if I did, I didn't notice that there's a road that comes here. But either way, this feels new. I don't think I've been here, though I might have. Anyway, when I was here before, the water was much lower, and the log jam just looked like way above the water, so the water was like flowing way underneath it. And it looks like it might have been possible to climb out on it. I'm sure it's questionable whether that would be safe to do, because the logs can shift over time and stuff, but probably in the late summer, after they've sort of settled, there's probably established kind of anchored logs that don't move so much. It'd be kind of fun to just go out, sit out there, and do a reading sometime. And that's sort of what I was expecting I might find today, but it's the water's way higher than last time I was in this area. So it's like basically almost covering most of the logs. You'd have to, at the very least, get your feet wet while trying to crawl out on a log or something, and I wouldn't feel very safe and slip and potentially dislodge a log, or just, who knows. I don't think I would try it when it's this high of water. But there's also a couple, maybe actual islands. I know there's an island over that way, but some of these grassy areas might also be islands, but they could also just be grass that's grown on top of the log jam. I'm not sure. I'm not sure I can get my reading list here. I have it in a PDF form too, if I really need to look it up, but it might end up being that I have to go that route, unfortunately. I was going to try to use my app form, because with it I can at least save the times and add the slides later, but it's looking not too good here. I need to make sure my app works fully offline, like a cached form of the site that's running in just off local resources. Let's see. I'm not even sure. I thought I had a PDF linked on my main background I guess I'm not so well prepared. I think on my other phone I have that. I'm not even sure I have the PDF on this phone at all. There it is. Okay. To look through it and find what week I'm on and see if I can locate the reading. Okay, I think I know what it is. I don't think we've read this yet. I think it's going to be Zechariah 1 through 4 and Revelation 10. Let's see if I can force that to work on my app offline. It might already work in offline though. Zechariah 1 through 4, Revelation 10. Not looking too promising. Yeah, if I can get this to at least refresh where it pulls in the current form, I think it'll work offline, but I have to get it to load in at least once, which is a flaw in the way I designed it. There should be a way to make it so it runs entirely off of a cache version of the site with no need to ping the server for anything at all. Should be possible. Of course, with my current skill set in atrophy and design, web design and development, I don't know that I could pull it off very easily, but I could just ask AI, hey, fix this, because it's really close. Once it gets a singular load of the page, it runs effectively offline, I think. Oh, come on. It's annoying. There's actually 2 bars showing, but it's not loading the page. Let me see if I can change anything here. I think you can change it to only try to use 4G instead of 5G, because sometimes 5G is unreliable when it's just on the edge of barely connected, whereas 4G is sometimes more stable in that regard. Alright, I got the page to load once, so that might mean that that's enough. Let's try Zechariah 1 through 4, Revelation 10. Nice, I think it worked. Might be good. Alright, that was a long intro of tech boring jargon that nobody can visualize because it's all off screen. Someday I could decide to explain how my app actually works, but for the time being, it's not that important. No, I think I'm going to check the sun position because I think it's going to produce a glare, but that might be unavoidable. I have my umbrella on here, but I don't want that to be in the frame, so. I might just have a glare today. There's a couple angles I can do here though, so if I finish this reading in a reasonable amount of time, I might have adequate time left to do another reading somewhere. No, I would like to come back here when the water's lower too. Maybe even get out on the island via the logs. That would be really fun. Wish I could live stream it, but no signal. Okay, so once again we're going to read Zechariah 1 through 4 and Revelation 10. Kind of falling backwards in my chair. This spot is not very stable. Zechariah chapter 1. In the 8th month of the 2nd year of Darius, the word of the Lord came to the prophet Zechariah, son of Berechiah, the son of Iddo, saying, The Lord was very angry with your fathers. So tell the people that this is what the Lord of hosts says. Return to me, declares the Lord of hosts, and I will return to you, says the Lord of hosts. Do not be like your fathers, to whom the former prophets proclaimed that this is what the Lord of hosts says. Turn now from your evil ways and deeds. But they did not listen or pay attention to me, declares the Lord. Where are your fathers now? And the prophets, do they live forever? But did not my words and my statutes, which I commanded my servants, the prophets, overtake your fathers? They repented and said, Just as the Lord of hosts purposed to do to us according to our ways and deeds, so he has done to us. On the 24th day of the 11th month, the month of Shabbat, in the 2nd year of Darius, the word of the Lord came to the prophet Zechariah, son of Berechiah, the son of Iddo. I looked out into the night, and saw a man riding on a red horse. He was standing among the myrtle trees in the hollow, and behind him were red, sorrel, and white horses. What are these, my Lord? I asked. And the angel who was speaking with me replied, I will show you what they are. Then the man standing among the myrtle trees explained, They are the ones the Lord has sent to patrol the earth. And the riders answered the angel of the Lord who is standing among the myrtle trees, We have patrolled the earth, and behold, all the earth is at rest and all the earth tongue twister. All the earth is at rest and tranquil. Then the angel of the Lord said, How long, O Lord of hosts, will you withhold mercy from Jerusalem and the cities of Judah, with which you have been angry these 70 years? So the Lord spoke kind and comforting words to the angel who was speaking with me. Then the angel who was speaking with me said, Proclaim this word. This is what the Lord of hosts says. I am very jealous for Jerusalem and Zion, but I am fiercely angry with the nations that are at ease. For I was a little angry, but they have added to the calamity. Therefore this is what the Lord says. I will return to Jerusalem with mercy, and there my house will be rebuilt, declares the Lord of hosts, and a measuring line will be stretched out over Jerusalem. Proclaim further that this is what the Lord of hosts says. My cities will again overflow with prosperity. The Lord will again comfort Zion and choose Jerusalem. Then I looked up and saw 4 horns. So I asked the angel who was speaking with me, What are these? And he told me, These are the horns that have scattered Judah, Israel, and Jerusalem. Then the Lord showed me 4 craftsmen. What are these coming to do? I asked. And he replied, These are the horns that scattered Judah so that no one could raise his head. But the craftsmen have come to terrify them and throw down these horns of the nations that have lifted up their horns against the land of Judah to scatter it. Zechariah chapter 2. Then I lifted up my eyes and saw a man with a measuring line in his hand. "Where are you going?" I asked. "To measure Jerusalem," he replied, "and to determine its width and length." Then the angel who was speaking with me went out, and another angel came out to meet him and said to him, "Run and tell that young man, Jerusalem will be a city without walls because of the multitude of men and livestock within it. For I will be a wall of fire around it, declares the Lord, and I will be the glory within it. Get up, flee from the land of the north, declares the Lord, for I have scattered you like the four winds of heaven, declares the Lord. Get up, O Zion, escape, you who dwell with the daughter of Babylon. For this is what the Lord of hosts says. After his glory has sent me against the nations that have plundered you, for whoever touches you touches the apple of his eye. I will surely wave my hand over them, so that they will become plunder for their own servants. Then you will know that the Lord of hosts has sent me. Shout for joy and be glad, O daughter of Zion, for I am coming to dwell among you, declares the Lord. On that day many nations will join themselves to the Lord, and they will become my people. I will dwell among you, and you will know that the Lord of hosts has sent me to you. And the Lord will take possession of Judah as his portion in the Holy Land, and he will once again choose Jerusalem. Be silent before the Lord, all people, for he has roused himself from his holy dwelling. Zechariah chapter 3. Then the angel showed me Joshua the high priest, standing before the angel of the Lord, with Satan standing at his right hand to accuse him. And the Lord said to Satan, "The Lord rebukes you, Satan. Indeed, the Lord, who has chosen Jerusalem, rebukes you. Is not this man a firebrand snatched from the fire?" Now Joshua was dressed in filthy garments as he stood before the angel. So the angel said to those standing before him, "Take off his filthy clothes." Then he said to Joshua, "See, I have removed your iniquity, and I will clothe you with splendid robes." Then I said, "Let them put a clean turban on his head." So a clean turban was placed on his head, and they clothed him, as the angel of the Lord stood by. Then the angel of the Lord gave this charge to Joshua. "This is what the Lord of hosts says. This is what the Lord of hosts says. If you walk in my ways and keep my instructions, then you will govern my house and will also have charge of my courts, and I will give you a place among these who are standing here. Hear now, O high priest Joshua, you and your companions seated before you, who are indeed a sign. For behold, I am going to bring my servant, the branch. See, the stone I have set before Joshua. On that one stone are 7 eyes. Behold, I will engrave on it an inscription, declares the Lord of hosts, and I will remove the iniquity of this land in a single day. On that day, declares the Lord of hosts, you will each invite your neighbor to sit under your own vine and fig tree. Then the angel who was speaking with me returned and woke me, as a man is awakened from his sleep. "What do you see?" he asked. "I see a solid gold lampstand," I replied, "with a bowl at the top and 7 lamps on it, with 7 spouts to the lamps. There are also 2 olive trees beside it, one on the right side of the bowl and the other on its left." "What are these, my lord?" I asked the angel who was speaking with me. "Do you not know what they are?" replied the angel. "No, my lord," I answered. So he said to me, "This is the word of the Lord to Zerubbabel, not by might nor by power, but by my Spirit. So he said to me, "This is the word of the Lord to Zerubbabel. Not by might nor by power, but by my Spirit, says the Lord of hosts. What are you, O great mountain? Before Zerubbabel you will become a plain. Then he will bring forth the capstone accompanied by shouts of, 'Grace, grace to it.' Then the word of the Lord came to me, saying, The hands of Zerubbabel have laid the foundation of this house, and his hands will complete it. Then you will know that the Lord of hosts has sent me to you. For who has despised the day of small things? But these 7 eyes of the Lord, which scan the whole earth, will rejoice when they see the plumb line in the hand of Zerubbabel." Then I asked the angel, "What are the 2 olive trees on the right and left of the lampstand?" And I questioned him further, "What are the 2 olive branches beside the 2 gold pipes from which the golden oil pours?" "Do you not know what these are?" he inquired. "No, my lord," I replied. So he said, "These are the 2 anointed ones who are standing beside the Lord of all the earth." Revelation chapter 10. Then I saw another mighty angel coming down from heaven, wrapped in a cloud, with a rainbow above his head. His face was like the sun, and his legs were like pillars of fire. He held in his hand a small scroll which lay open. He placed his right foot on the sea and his left foot on the land. Then he cried out in a loud voice, like the roar of a lion. And when he cried out, the 7 thunders sounded their voices. When the 7 thunders had spoken, I was about to put it in writing. But I heard a voice from heaven saying, "Seal up what the 7 thunders have said, and do not write it down." Then the angel I had seen standing on the sea and on the land lifted up his right hand to heaven. And he swore by him who lives forever and ever, who created heaven and everything in it, the earth and everything in it, and the sea and everything in it. There will be no more delay. But in the days of the voice of the 7th angel, when he is about to sound his trumpet, the mystery of God will be fulfilled, just as he proclaimed to his servants the prophets. Then the voice that I had heard from heaven spoke to me again, saying, "Go, take the small scroll that lies open in the hand of the angel standing on the sea and on the land." And I went to the angel and said, "Give me the small scroll." "Take it and eat it," he said. "It will make your stomach bitter, but in your mouth it will be as sweet as honey." So I took the small scroll from the angel's hand and ate it. And it was as sweet as honey in my mouth, but when I had eaten it, my stomach turned bitter. And they told me, "You must prophesy again about many peoples and nations and tongues and kings." Alright, that's it for that reading. So I don't think I'm going to try to mark these off as I go, because the website takes too long to load. But I think now that I have that page open, I can just do the readings now. I'm going to set the next one up. Sweet. Yeah, it seems to be working. Good. Alright, so that's it for this reading. I think rather than do one long thing, one recording, I'm going to split it up, each reading, into a separate WordHike. So I'll end this one and I'll start another one. There's at least a couple more angles I can grab before the sun goes down, maybe. But thanks for joining me for this one. I don't know how long it's going to take me to get all these updated and uploaded. I'm pretty far behind, but I'll get there eventually. I'll catch you later.